Hi friends, welcome back. Hello if you're new. So this is my first weekly weigh-in. I've been doing them monthly for the past 3 months. I just did my 3-month update a couple of days ago. And in that video, I mentioned that I was going to start doing it weekly because I felt I needed the accountability. So we'll see how it goes. I'll do a couple and see how it goes. But I actually do prefer to do monthly, just because I feel like you have more to show for it and the reveal is more dramatic and I just think it's more fun, but we'll give it a try for a couple of weeks. So I do have some good news and bad news, and I think most people like to do the bad news first and then the good news, but we're actually going to do the reverse. We're going to do the good news and then the bad news. But before we get into that, I feel like I have to apologize because it seems like every time I film a video, I'm in a new place. Like, you guys have seen me in my car, my bedroom, my kitchen, my porch, my bathroom, like, and now here. So I'm sorry I don't have like a set place. I would love to have like just a room where I can always film and it's always ready for me to go, but it really just depends on what's going on in my house, and I film these things wherever and whenever I can. So I'm sorry that I'm always bouncing around. This just happens to be the place where I can film today, so excuse all of this. And the rooster crowing in the background. Okay, so the good news. Yes, right? We're doing the good news. Yeah. So the good news is I finally got my medication, and I am so happy about that because I was waiting a long time. And I know people have been waiting much longer than me, but when you're going through it, a week seems like a long time. So I was taking my injection every Thursday for the first couple of weeks. And then with the shortages, I started stretching it out to every 10 days. I did 11 days one week. And so now I can't remember exactly how long it was that I was waiting. But I have to say that doing that, like stretching it out, was really smart. I can't remember how many weeks I stretched it out for. I think I got one pen. I think I got an extra pen out of it. So not much, but it's something. But yeah, so I'm kind of all over the place. But yes, I have the medication. It's safe and sound in my fridge, and I am so happy with that. But I got to tell you a funny story. So my husband actually did me the favor of picking it up for me. He was out running errands. I was out running errands, and like separately. And on my way home, I'm excited to have this medication because he had texted me saying he had it. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to take my own advice and I'm not going to start the medication. Like, because you guys remember, I was already preparing myself to kind of go at this alone. And mentally I'm sorry, this is bad. These flies are bad and it's only 4 o'clock. I was preparing myself mentally to have to just go at this alone for a couple of weeks. So I said to myself, you know, I know you're excited about the medication, but don't take it. You can do this. Go at least another 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, so that you can get ahead of the shortage and build up a little supply. So this is what I was thinking. Driving home, I was thinking that, and I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pretend I don't have it. Okay, go home. I double check. It's in the fridge. Everything is perfect. Go to bed. I'm not thinking about the medication at all. Saturday, I wake up. I'm excited because we're going to go to an auction, and I've never been. And I don't know if it was because I was excited about that or because I don't know, didn't get much sleep the night before. But we're just about getting ready to head out the door. And I thought to myself, oh, let me take my medication before it gets any later. And now it still takes me a few minutes to work up the nerve to take the medication. Like I'm not brave that way. I get crazy. Like my hands get sweaty and I have to like psych myself up to do it. That's a big wasp. Sorry. Hopefully it stays over there. Anyway, so I was, you know, having to work up the nerve to do this. And you would think that that would give my brain time to remember, wait a minute, you're not supposed to do this now. You're supposed to wait, you know, like we discussed yesterday. But nope, I didn't think of it. I did the injection, still didn't think of it, went to the auction, did all of that, came back home, and it was sometime after I got home that I realized I did the injection when I had intended to hold off. And I was just like, what? Like, why did you do that? Like, we were just like, I was just thinking about that yesterday. Like, how could you forget what you planned to do in 24 hours, you know? But I do that a lot. It's not, it's nothing new. But I just thought because this is like, you know, so important and it's been on my mind that I would have remembered that I did not want to take it. But that's just me, I guess. I guess that's just me. But anyway, no big deal. I'm just going to keep taking it because I'm not going to now take this dose and then put it off to stretch it. Like it's a lost cause. I'm just going to take it, and hopefully the next time I need to refill it, it's not, I can get it right away, or at least maybe just a week or two the most, and we'll see. But I'm happy that I have it and it's in my fridge and I can jump back in. So that's the good news. I have it safe and sound in my fridge. The bad news, and actually I don't really consider this bad news, but so my last weigh-in, my 3-month weigh-in, I had lost 10 pounds in a month and I was down to 181. Weighed myself this morning and I was 182. So I gained a pound, but I'm not stressed about it because I know that weight fluctuates and there's, you know, things that could affect your weight, your cycle, too much salt, you know, all the things. So I'm not worried about it, and I'm not that disappointed about it. Of course, I would have loved to have been, you know, 180, but I'm not that worried about it. And so I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna weigh myself again tomorrow to just see. But I'm not worried. I'm not stressing about it. So I'm happy about that. And it's kind of a little weird, but I'm not stressing about it. So I'll take that as a win. So it's kind of anticlimactic, but yeah, I gained a pound, but it's okay. So I do think it's important that you look for some non-scale victories, especially when the number on the scale isn't what you want or expected. If you're not, you know, budging and you're at a stall or you're going up, like I think it's helpful to have other things that you can judge your progress by. So I was trying to think of a couple that I could share with you, and one of them was I have not worn my wedding ring in a couple of years. It just was too tight. So it dawned on me that maybe it would fit. So I tried it on the other day, and although it was pretty tight and a little bit uncomfortable, and I did have a hard time taking it off, it actually was able to fit. Whereas, you know, 3 months ago, it wasn't coming past like the first knuckle. So that's a non-scale victory, and I was happy about that. Another thing that I thought of, and this may not sound like a non-scale victory at first, but it is. So it was the other night I had made shrimp with an Alfredo sauce and fettuccine, and I think we had bread. So it was a really, really, really good dinner, and we haven't had shrimp in a while, so everyone was really excited to eat it, including myself. So I ate that, and I probably ate more than I should have because it was so good. Afterwards, I felt so tired. I felt like I just needed to take a nap. I'm sorry, I'm swatting away all these flies. But I was so tired. I really did want to just like, I was like in a sugar coma. I just wanted to go to sleep on the couch. And I felt just like sluggish, you know, that feeling. And I thought about it afterwards that I remember having that feeling quite a lot, like all the time, almost after every meal, just this feeling like a few minutes later, 15, 20 minutes later, feeling so tired and feeling like I just wanted to go to sleep. Sorry. So it was interesting because I kind of forgot about that until the other night when I had that big dinner, and I remembered, wow, you know, I don't feel that way anymore because I'm eating a whole lot less. So I just don't have that sluggish feeling of actually having to, like, overeating so much that I felt like I had to take a nap afterwards. So to me, that's a win. And it goes along with what I was saying in my 3-month weight loss update, that I feel like I have more energy now. And that's probably a big reason why, because I'm just eating a lot less and I'm not bogging down my whole system, like trying to force my system to digest all that food. So yeah, like literally I feel lighter, but I also have this energy. And it was a reminder that of course you can have those days where you indulge and you eat all the things, but I don't want to do that every day for every meal because I don't miss that feeling. So to me, that was a non-scale victory. But anyway, I'm about to head inside because I think it's going to rain. The bugs are just getting really out of hand. I'm sure you can tell. And I have already enough mosquito bites. So I'm going to head inside, but I want to thank you again for joining me, for encouraging me on my journey. You guys are so sweet. You leave comments, you encourage me, and I just want to thank you for that. And one more thing before I go. So on Friday, in 2 days, you're not going to want to miss that video. I'm editing it now and I'm going to upload it on Friday. But if you're on the fence about this medication because you have GI issues, or you know someone who is apprehensive about starting these GLP-1 medications because of their GI issues, you're going to want to send them my way. So if you're not subscribed, hit the notification bell so you don't miss that episode. But I promise you that it's going to be worth your while and you're not going to want to miss it. So I will catch you in a couple of days. Bye. I'm going to go inside. It's going to rain and I'm getting eaten alive. Another thing that I realized, and this may not sound like a non-skill victory at first,